So as I'm sure a lot of you know by now, Spider-Man is a big part of what I do here on this channel. Weirdly though, I haven't played a ton of Spider-Man in Marvel Rivals. I figured it's time to change that. We're gonna jump in and get some games with him, but there is a catch to today's video. You see, I had the amazing opportunity to interview Jeff Trammell. He is the showrunner of the upcoming animated series Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, which is premiering on Disney Plus on January 29th. Jeff was amazing to talk to. You can tell he has such a passion for the character of Spider-Man, and it just gets me so excited for the show. And it turns out that Jeff also really likes Marvel Rivals, so we wanted to sit down, get some games in while we chatted about the show, and hopefully I can get him some wins with Spider-Man. Let's see what's gonna happen. Enjoy the interview and the gameplay, and hit that thumbs up button if you do. Okay, so today's gonna be a bit of a special video. I am here with Jeff Trammell. You are the showrunner of Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, coming to Disney Plus very soon, January 29th.
Yeah.
Jeff, how you doing?
Things are great. Looking forward to people seeing the show. Yeah, and I'm ready to hang out with you.
Awesome. Yeah, I'm happy that you were able to take the time. I heard that you liked Marvel Rivals. I figured rather than us just sit down and talk about how excited we are for the show, let's do that while also running up some games.
Sounds great to me.
All right, I'm gonna hit search. We found a match instantly. I was not expecting to be that quick. I'm gonna try and get some games in with Spider-Man. Who are you planning to play?
I'll try Hulk since you took Spidey. No, please take him. I'm not good with it.
I'm sorry, I took Spider-Man. I'm sorry. All right, well, Jeff, while I have you here and while we're loading in, I gotta ask you, one of the things that I was really interested about when I saw the trailer for the show is how comic booky it looks. And so what I wanted to ask was, like, what are some of the go-to kind of comic runs or just the art that you took inspiration from?
I mean, well, early on, we're looking at, classic Spidey, Stan Lee, Steve Ditko, John Romita Sr., really looking to pull those iconic looks, but find a way to kind of modernize them for today because our show is set in the 2000s, but we still want to pay homage to those classic styles. So we were lucky enough to get Leo Romero as our lead character designer.
Awesome.
Who's done so many of those incredible designs and really just like taken what's so iconic about those looks, but still kind of brought them to the present. In terms of like comic arcs, I mean, all over the place. I'm a big fan of like a lot of the recent stuff, Dan Slott as well, but also of course like very classic early Ditko, Stan Lee runs, and just like really looking for a way to make sure we do justice to that kind of classic story, but also like not lean too heavily on the comics, as well as like find a way to take those stories we love, but innovate them and make them feel fresh.
I think that's fantastic. Again, everything that we've seen so far from the show looks really good. I'm super excited about it. Another thing that I'm really hyped about is the casting of Coleman Domingo as Norman Osborn. I think it's super inspired. What do you think fans can expect from this interpretation of Norman?
I think you can expect that kind of like classic, suave, debonair. It's kind of, I don't want to say untrustworthy, but
yeah.
Norman Osborn, but also, he's looking to help Peter. And I think this is the first time that we're really going to get a fun dynamic between the two of them where they're working together that we haven't seen in a lot of the shows or comics or even the films. Like usually it's kind of like they're friends through Harry, and this time it's like more of a partnership between those two characters and seeing how they evolve and kind of help one another as well as like learn from each other and a lot of fun.
Yeah, that's awesome. Oh no. I tried to stop her. Okay, we're good. We're good. It's the most terrifying sound you could ever hear. So I know that you've seen, I'm sure, a lot of the buzz online from the fans after the trailer and just everything that we've gotten to see from the show. But for you personally, what are you most excited for the fans to experience when the show premieres on the 29th?
I'm excited for them to see, just like how true this character is to what's come before it. I think there's a lot of thoughts that, it's kind of something we've seen before, and I get the gist of that. I get people thinking like, oh, well, we've seen Peter in high school. We've seen, we're coming off the Homecoming movies. We know kind of what to expect. And I think what's really special about this show is it zigs and zags in a lot of ways that I don't think that a lot of the audiences are ready for. So I'm excited for them to see just like how much we go for it and how different we aren't afraid to kind of like break away from the pack in those terms.
That sounds great. That sounds great. Every Spider-Man story, what I find so interesting too about every new interpretation of the character is we've got decades of history to pull from, and we're still getting so many fresh takes, this show included, which I think is personally fantastic. Okay, we have got a war here.
Yeah, I'm gaining so much respect for you for being able to talk while you play.
I'm trying my best.
It's so difficult.
One thing that I really love about Spider-Man stories across the board is, for as much as they're about Spider-Man and the suit and the villains and all that, they're also about Peter Parker and who he is outside of the suit. What would you say, how much of a balance is there between both of those versions, or the dichotomy, the duality of Peter Parker's life and Spider-Man's life in this show?
That's a great question. I mean, so much of who Spider-Man is based on Peter and just the people around him and the lessons that he takes in, which for us, leaning into who Peter Parker is such a big part of it. I think there's a lot of Spider-Man incarnations that kind of just react or are kind of focused on him in the suit 90% of the time.
Yeah.
And while I think they're cool, I really wanted to delve into like exploring Peter as a person and how that determines who Spider-Man becomes, you know?
Yeah, that's fantastic. And then, I mean, we also know too that this is going to be a younger version of Peter. We've seen lots of comic storylines or just live action cartoons as well. Nice, we got the win. There we go. We've seen lots of interpretations of the character that have spanned across his college years, his high school years. What about this take, him being in high school, him still being younger, would you say is unique from some of the previous interpretations of the character?
Peter's got a whole new, I was going to say universe, but I guess that is apt. A whole new world. You know, like he's friends with Nico Minoru in this world.
Yeah.
That stuff is just so different because that's not a character he normally interacts with a lot, especially as a teenager, as well as you throw in a character like Lonnie Lincoln or Pearl Ponga. And these are all characters that are kind of new to Peter. So just seeing how he interacts with these people and what lessons he takes away from them, I think is one of the more interesting things about the show because it's so different. You know, we don't necessarily have a Ned or an MJ. So just seeing how much those characters affect Peter in, you know, the films, we can now see how different things are without those characters around.
Yeah, there's a very different supporting cast from what I can tell here. Like you mentioned, having Nico Minoru and having a lot of these other. What I find awesome too is it's not just characters that may necessarily be like from Spider-Man comics, but a lot of characters that span Marvel lore. Would you say that that was like important to you to like pick and choose some characters that are farther reaching for people who may not, or for characters in general that people may not have heard of before?
Definitely, because I think there's a big influence in those characters, but also like the chance to hopefully someone sees the show that's not familiar with the Runaways or Avengers Academy or something like that, and they recognize these characters, and then that pushes them towards wanting to know more about these characters and their comic counterparts. So for me, it was really like important to, if we're going to flesh out Peter's world a bit more in terms of the characters he interacts with, and making it that characters that are all easily accessible. And if you're a new fan or a classic fan, characters you still might not know a ton about.
That is awesome. I mean, for someone like myself, I love the comics. I love those deep-rooted stuff, right? Like characters you've never heard of before, characters that may not necessarily be in the mainstream just yet, and giving those characters an opportunity to shine because there's a massive pantheon in Marvel, but it's just every single character is so special and so unique from one another, and it's really cool to see this show shining a light on some characters that we haven't seen a ton in media.
Thank you. Yeah, I mean, and it's also like you never know when one of these characters is someone's favorite character or can become someone's character. So, you know, like as someone who grew up with the 90s shows and meeting so many of those characters and loving them, or like the first time I see like Venom and being like, oh my God, I love everything about how this guy looks. I know that someone's going to have that incarnation of Lonnie in our show or Nico where that becomes someone that they kind of grow up loving as a character.
And, you know, I also love, too, we've seen in the trailers that he's got this homemade suit. I really love the design of it. Can you talk me through kind of the process of creating a new look for Spider-Man, because again, we have decades of history, but we're still coming up with brand new designs that feel so fresh.
Yeah, it's very hard.
I can imagine.
There's so many Spider-Man looks and so many Spider-Man. It's so hard to come up with a unique version that feels fresh, but also like there's somewhere to go with it. And it was not a thing that, we did overnight. It took months of kind of like figuring out our Peter and certain things that he would have available to him and how he would kind of view his costume. Even just, like in our world, Peter is a huge fan of Captain America. So,
Cool.
kind of gonna color the color scheme he goes with, or does that kind of inform, what he wants the world to view him as when it comes to being seen as a hero? So a lot of work went into it. Luckily, we had so many great people working behind the scenes in our biz dev department, and Leo and Ryan Meinerding, and just so many of the like incredible artists here at Marvel to really help figure out that look. And I think we came up with something that feels unique and kind of iconic, but also something that a kid could build, not something that feels like it's $1 million.
Yes.
The fact that we are already seeing like people cosplaying this and being like, oh yeah, I just grabbed these sweats and I put some stuff on it, like to me makes it feel like it's super accessible in a fun way.
I think that is especially what I love about it, is how homemade it looks. To springboard off the question about the suit, we did see too that there was another costume that Peter wears in the trailer. Now, from the comic books, a lot of fans kind of know this particular look to be the Future Foundation, but it looks like the show is giving us a new spin on it. Can you kind of give us some details about that?
Yeah. So the Future Foundation suit is honestly one of my favorite suits. I think it looks super cool, and it's a thing that I really wanted to have in the show, but also like in a way where we could, again, take what's classic, pay homage to it, but give it a fun new twist, a new spin, And I think that we've been really fortunate in finding a way that evokes the feel of the Future Foundation suit, but also is a bit different, is a bit unique to us. So we really wanted to kind of like, there's a lot going on with the suit that I really wish I could get into. And maybe I'll come back after the show is out and we'll talk.
We'll talk about it, yeah, when we get to the spoilers.
I don't want to spoil anything.
Yes,
but,
yes.
It was really important to me to have a version of that suit in the show, and the fact that we were able to do so, but also not, in my mind, I would say, like infringe on it too much to where we could never see the Future Foundation suit in another version, is something that was really important as well.
Yeah, I am particularly looking forward to seeing what you guys are going to do with it differently from what people know about it in the comic books, and then as well how it's going to be integrated into the story of the show. Because what I am intrigued about when it comes to that suit is that it seems as though it's not just going to be giving him a new suit for kind of the sake of it, but rather like there's a narrative purpose and there's a reason why he's suiting up in what, again, we know is the Future Foundation suit, but I imagine will be something different in this show. Oh, I missed Rocket there.
Yeah, that's the other thing, is like I never want to just introduce something for the sake of introducing it. So making that to feel important and feel special, but also like, I think there's always a thought of like, oh, well, we know where this story's going. So even just having something like that feels so, it's quintessentially Spider-Man, but also not, because it's not what you're expecting, I think goes a long way.
Totally agree. I honestly, this gets me more and more excited. Every single thing you're saying about the show, it sounds like there's a lot of passion in this. It sounds like there's a real love for Spider-Man, which at the end of the day, I feel like with any interpretation or any adaptation of the character, it's all fans could ask for, is that the people who are taking care of him and the people who are trying to do something new with Spider-Man love the character. At the same time, though, I think that you would agree that Spider-Man will always mean something different to everyone. We've all grown up and have learned some unique message from the character. So I guess what I want to ask you from that is, what does Spider-Man mean to you?
That's a great question. I mean, he means so many
I
things.
like hearing that. while I'm slaying out or trying to, at least with Spider-Man, I like that I am asking good enough questions.
I mean, he means keeping this team alive and kind of carrying through this game. No, I'm honestly like, I think to your point, Spider-Man means a lot to so many people because he can be so many things. And I think it's the fact that we have so many different versions of Spider-Man and all of them, feel correct. It's not like, oh, well, this one's better than that one, or this one is the best one. Like they all kind of live in a space where each one is unique and special because Spider-Man is always kind of evolving with the times. So for me, I would say like one of the things that really I've taken away from Peter is that kind of like don't give up, stick to itiveness, no pun intended, of like always giving his all and never really wanting to like turn his back or give up or walk away. Like he's a character that cares so much around about everyone around them, even more even to his detriment a lot of the times, which is just goes to show like in my mind that's what a true hero is. So making sure that we can kind of convey that, we can give this very unique, special version of this character his due and still feel like the Spider-Man we love, but also like, the one you love, but not necessarily the one you know, is very important to me.
Yeah, you're saying all the right things, Jeff. I got to be honest with you. Everything that I hear, every answer you've given me, it's like that through and through is what a Spider-Man fan should sound like when talking about their love for this character. So I am very, very excited for January 29th. Can you tell us how long is the season, or is that unconfirmed at the current moment?
I believe it's confirmed. The season is 10 episodes for season 1, so we're really excited to get those out there, have everyone kind of get to see them and enjoy all 10 episodes. And there's a lot of story going on. Honestly, very fortunate that we were able to get 10 episodes to tell it.
Yeah, it sounds exciting. It sounds exciting. And you told me about like, obviously there's inspiration from the comic books, but there's also things like the MCU. There's other animated series. Was it mainly comic book inspiration you'd say that this show was created with, or was there some stuff from the films or from other shows or other interpretations of Spider-Man that you might have pulled from here?
Oh yeah, there's stuff from all over. I think being a lifelong Spidey fan, there's that stuff so ingrained in me. Even if I wasn't trying to pay homage to it, it would kind of,
right.
As you've seen in the trailer, there's the shot where we see the seal on the glass. That's
Okay, so that was what you were going for, the Spider-Man 3, yeah.
Exactly.
Okay, awesome.
Spread within the show and just really making sure that again, we pay homage to all those moments because they mean so much to us as fans. We're not trying to like ignore.
We lost Jeff here, but I'm gonna try and complete the match. I can't let him down. Oh God, I can't let him down. This is so hectic. Oh my God, come here, Rocket. Yes, I got Rocket. Oh my God, this is worst timing. I'm webbing and I'm zipping around. Oh, Captain America can't get off point. Oh no, the moon haunted me. No. Dang it. We'll call this last game. We lost that last one. We lost that. We had some technical difficulties, but we're back. We're gonna focus in and we're gonna take this last win. Who do you think you're going with for this one? You went Mr. Fantastic on that last game, I think, right?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go Fantastic.
All right, cool. What is it about actually Marvel Rivals that you're enjoying so much? Because I think this is like super interesting for us to be able to do all this while playing the game.
I mean, it's just so fun. Like I think that the fact that there's so many characters, they all play very differently, so you can kind of find your own play style. Just getting to play with like so much of the people who I work with are also like huge video game heads, and like getting everybody together to play this has been awesome. Also, just like people like you that are good at Spider-Man that I can live vicariously through. So I can't do anything with
Honestly, I am trying my best. I feel like compared to some of the Spider-Mans that I'm seeing online, I'm doing like the bare minimum with this guy.
It's making it look easy. I feel like I can do the punch and I can web some stuff, and then I'm just like waiting to wake up in the spawn room. So
I love it. Do you get yourself and like the rest of the team that are working on the show to like play some games together?
You know, I should. We haven't yet, just because, you know, things have been really crazy getting ready for the
I
week.
imagine, yeah.
Since we have some time, that'll be the next big hangout, and probably create a bunch of drama between us as we play on both sides.
Is there nerves, or is it mostly just excitement for when this show drops?
For me, it's all excitement. You know, like, we've been working on this show for it feels like a long time, you know, just like getting it to where it needs to be, fine-tuning it, you know, getting everyone happy with it. And now that we've gotten to that space, I'm just really excited to get out in the world and have people, you know, see the fruits of our labor.
That's awesome. That is awesome. I'm glad to hear that for the most part for you. I mean, after all the hard work that you must have been putting in on the show, that now it's just the home stretch, get it on everybody's eyes, I guess you say, not everybody's hands, and then see what they all think about it. But I imagine if it's anything like what we've seen in those trailers and all the promotional material, that fans will be fairly excited for what they're going to tune into. And out of all these side characters that we got Nico Minoru, and obviously Harry is there. We have Norman. What would you say is the one you're most excited for, like, fans to learn more about and see the way that they progress throughout the show?
Geez. You're gonna make me pick between my kids?
I'm sorry. What have I done?
I mean, geez, it's really a tough question. I think I'm gonna have to go with Lonnie. Lonnie Lincoln. I think this is a really fresh, unique take on him, and I'm really excited for people to kind of see where it goes. I think he's also got a lot going on, but I think he's gonna come across as a really fun, endearing character. So yeah, that's the one I'm the most excited for people to see.
All right, awesome. Lonnie Lincoln, yeah, I look forward to seeing that and learning more about this character. And okay, I don't want to ask to spoil anything, but we talked about the homemade suit in the show. This game's got a lot of alternate suits and some that pull from, you know, Disney Plus related things. Would you want Peter's homemade suit from your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man in this game?
It would be a drink. Like, honestly, we're lucky I'm not just walking around Marvel like hanging on doors until someone makes it happen. Because I would be so happy to see that suit.
I would day one buy for me immediately for sure. Okay.
Switching up, or are you saving us?
We're trying to get in. Okay, nice. We got Wolverine. I'm going to try and focus up here. I really want to win this one.
Oh, Jeff.
Oh, no, Jeff.
Oh, cool.
He missed. This is terrifying.
There's so much going on.
I'm going for this. I'm going for this Jeff if I can. Oh, God. Oh, no. Okay. Oh, Wolverine grabbed me. Oh. Oh, no. I'm not surprised. I might have to switch. But I feel like I can't get off Spider-Man for the sake of the video. You know, we're talking about your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. It would be like sin if I'm not using the titular character.
Got Logan out of there. We're good. We're
nice.
Good.
Okay. All right. We're getting somewhere. Oh no. Nice. Wait, did he get someone?
On.
All right. I got the Winter Soldier.
We got it. We're getting it.
Okay, we got it. We're gonna get this first point. Whew.
And luckily, it's here from this point on, right? Like everything.
yeah. Oh, it'll be easy from here on out. So before we cut out there, you were telling me about some of the other like films and shows and stuff that you took inspiration from. I am honestly really glad to hear that shot of the Future Foundation suit that we'll call it until we learn more about it. I am glad to have learned that inspiration for that shot was indeed the scene in Spider-Man 3 where he first gets the black suit. So were there like other bits and pieces? I mean, maybe there's not much we can know about now until we see more, but is there anything else you could talk about that you looked at and thought, you know, like that could make for a cool moment in the show, or that could make for a cool shot, or we can do something fun with that as well?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people have pointed out that in the trailer, you can see the shot where Peter catches the bus is the same shot that Tony shows off in Civil War when he goes to see Peter.
Oh, interesting. I gotta watch more of these breakdowns. I feel like I've missed out on so much. Oh, Jeff got me.
So I
Jeff, no! Oh, did he get all of us?
Yeah.
Oh, he got 5 of us. Wow.
Yeah, oh, okay.
Jeff is a menace right now. This is unbelievable. I feel terrible. You know, it's funny. Your name is Jeff. I mean Jeff the Land Shark. You are not a menace. No, where to J. Jonah Jameson? You were fine. Oh wow, they out healed my ultimate. I can't believe that.
Oh man, Wolverine and Hulk are here. Yeah.
Oh, and they got the team up. Yeah, this is rough. I'm trying to lock in for our last game here. Oh no, Mantis used her ultimate now too. Oh no, Hulk is going like big Hulk mode now. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
Swirls everywhere.
Yeah, it's just you know, at least we had fun. that's the most important takeaway, right? We had a good time. Okay, let me see here. I'm gonna try and get in on these healers. Oh god. Can we get past this? Oh no, not Jeff. Not Jeff. Anything but Jeff. Jeff, no.
No.
Jeff the Land Shark. Jeff the Land Shark. Wait, actually, I think I might survive this.
At one point.
Yeah, he didn't know where to go. I lived. We can actually push this.
Payload's moving.
We're getting somewhere. All right, so I'll ask you now while we're trying to get to the second checkpoint. Out of all these films and other interpretations, Spider-Man comics, what's always been kind of your North Star? What's always been like, that's Spider-Man for me? Besides what I imagine will now be your own show.
Yeah, which is also very crazy to think about. Oh man, again, like these are such tough questions because there's not any just one, you know.
I know. Okay, so
animated series.
You can give me a couple then. Give me a couple. I know it's so hard. I'm really putting you on the spot here.
That's definitely one. The Spectacular Spider-Man is one of my favorites.
I love Spectacular Spider-Man.
Just like the things, the storytelling, like everything about it, I love. So like that again was like a huge North Star. Always like, you know, want to make sure that we can make something that stands alongside those, you know, really awesome, fun shows. I love the Homecoming trilogy. Just Tom Holland's incarnation of Spider-Man, as well as like Tobey's, and there's things about Andrew's I love. Like, it's unfair. I feel like I'm not giving you an answer. I'm just kind of running out the clock, both in the game and
I know we are trying our best to just survive here. We're doing actually pretty well, I'm not gonna lie. Oh, I got a triple. I just went kind of crazy there with my ultimate. Oh no, but Hulk's all over the point.
Oh no.
Oh no. Oh, is that you? Oh god. Wait, I think we saved you.
I'm elastic, so it's all good.
Yeah, exactly. It's no problem for you. It's no problem for you. We might actually win this.
Yeah,
Okay.
there we go.
Hold on.
Back.
Oh gosh. Oh gosh. They went Black Panther. That's actually, he's like one of the craziest characters in this game. This is the final push.
Well,
Oh no.
where did Hulk come from?
That's what I'm saying.
All right, we just gotta stay.
Okay. I'm just gonna stay on the point. We're just gonna hold. No, I can't get Jeff. I'm trying so hard to get Jeff.
I'm trying to clear them.
I got their Mantis.
Gotta take it out.
I got the Squirrel Girl. Oh no,
No.
Jeff got everyone again. We were almost gonna win that. Oh my goodness. That was close.
Wow,
That
we
was a
lost
good game. We lost on the same map again. This guy, see, J. Jonah Jameson, he needs to start putting this guy in the articles. That's the real problem with this city. Oh boy. Well, I think that'll probably just about wrap it up. Again, Jeff, thank you very, very much.
No, thank you. I get to watch and make cartoons and now play video games during work. So this is awesome.
Living the dream. Living the dream. That's amazing. I cannot thank Jeff Trammell enough for his time, as well as to Marvel Games, everybody who helped put this interview together. This is honestly one of the coolest things I've ever done for this channel. And now I just sit here in anticipation for January 29th when your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man premieres on Disney+. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I hope you enjoyed this interview. Let me know if I did a good job in the comments section below. And also jump in and get some games in on Marvel Rivals if you haven't already. I mean, there's no way you haven't if you're watching this video. It's available on PC, Xbox Series X and S, and as well on PlayStation 5. I've been Caboose, and I'll see you guys later.